Hello viewers, this is Muhammad Shafilon and you're watching Gosh, English Language and Literature. In this episode, we are going to discuss a poem titled Mercy. The poem has been written by William Shakespeare. We shall study this poem under five heads. First, an introduction to the poet. Second, a quick reading of the poem. Third, analysis of the poem. Four, literary device used in the poem. Five, the conclusion. Let us start. Now, a brief introduction to the author, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was born April 1564 and he died April 1616. William Shakespeare is considered the greatest writer in the English language and one of the greatest writers throughout the world. William Shakespeare is famous for writing more than 37 plays and more than 150 sonnets or short poems. Some of the greatest works written by William Shakespeare are Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, and King Lear. A lot of words written by William Shakespeare have entered into the lexicon or day-to-day speech of people throughout the world. Some of the famous quotations from Shakespeare are to be or not to be, that is the question. All the world is a stage. What is in a name? And the like. Now let us go for a quick reading of the poem Mercy. The quality of mercy is not strained, it drops as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show like gods when mercy seasons justice. Now, before analyzing the lines of this poem, let us try to have a look at the background of this poem. The poem Mercy has been taken from one of Shakespeare's most famous plays titled The Merchant of Venice. Merchant of Venice is a tragic comedy. In this play, Merchant of Venice, the two major characters are Antonio and Shylock. They are both merchants. Antonio is a Christian merchant and Shylock is a Jew. Shylock is a usurer. Usurer means one who lends money at a high rate of interest, and for this there is great animosity between Antonio and Shylock. And Antonio hates Shylock for lending money at such a rate of interest to poor people. It so happens that Antonio has to take some money from Shylock in distress when he has to help his friend Bassanio to get married to Portia. But it so happens that Antonio is not able to hand over the money back to Shylock, and he had forfeited a bond in which he had signed a document that if Antonio is not able to hand over the money back to Shylock, Shylock would cut or forfeit 1 pound of about 400 grams of flesh from any part of his body. That would eventually lead to Antonio's death. To bid Bassanio goodbye, he sends word to Bassanio that he is in distress and his life is in danger. Bassanio moves to the court of Venice to help his friend Antonio, and he is followed by Portia, who acts as a lawyer, and in front of the Duke of Venice, Portia pleads before Shylock to show mercy. In this regard, Portia gives a long speech on the quality and importance of mercy and forgiveness. Although Shylock doesn't listen to the Portia's speech or he doesn't give in to her demands, Portia utilizes some other strategy to come to terms with Shylock. Now let us try to understand and analyze the lines of this poem, Mercy, in which there is a message for mankind about the importance of mercy and forgiveness in this world. The, the quality of mercy is not strained. What does it mean? It means that the quality of mercy is not forced. If you show mercy to someone or someone shows mercy to you, it is not force. It doesn't happen by force. Then how does it happen? It dropped as gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It falls like gentle rain, not like torrential rains, like gentle rain from the skies upon the parched soil beneath, which is itself a kind of mercy. It is twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. That means if you give something to someone else, you lose it and someone else gains it. But mercy is not like that. In mercy, if you show mercy to someone, both are blessed, the giver as well as the taker. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. If you are mighty king and you have mercy in your heart, the mercy in your heart is more powerful than your might, than your kingly power. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. If you are a throne monarch, means if you are sitting on your throne as a king and you have mercy in your heart, the mercy, the power of mercy is more powerful than your crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power. Scepter means a wand which is held by queens and kings to show royal authority. It's a symbol of power. A small stick, which is a symbol of power. But this power is only temporal power. His scepter shows the force of temporal power. Those people who hold this wand, a symbol of majesty, it shows only temporal power. Temporal power means a power that is temporary. Temporary power, the attribute of awe and majesty, which is a quality of showing awe and majesty, making people fear you, wherein those sit the dread and fear of kings. People are afraid of kings and those who are mighty because of this temporal power. It is only temporary. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. But beyond this, above this sceptered sway, above this power of the scepter, above this kingly power, earthly power, there is mercy, which is more powerful. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. When it sits in the hearts of kings, it is an attribute to God Himself. That means it is a quality of God. An earthly power doth then show like God's when mercy seasons justice, and this earthly power of a king, it becomes like God's power when mercy seasons justice, when a king does justice through his earthly power, keeping in his heart the quality of mercy. Now let us go for the literary devices used in this poem. Some prominent literary devices used in the poem are imagery, simile, and illusion. What is imagery? Imagery is the use of words that creates mental pictures related to sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing. Here when the poet says it dropped as gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath, we visualize an image of gentle rain falling from the skies and quenching the thirst of the soil beneath. Then we again can visualize the images of those in power and showing, exhibiting majesty. And we can also visualize images of people showing mercy to those in need. Then another literary device we have is simile. Simile means the comparison of two dissimilar things using words like, as, such as. A clear simile that comes in this poem is it dropped as the gentle rain from heaven. He says here, as gentle rain from heaven. That means mercy is not gentle rain. It looks like gentle rain falling from the heavens. And another instance of simile is here, the earthly power then show like gods. That means earthly power of the king looks like the heavenly power of God. Another literary device in this poem is allusion. Allusion means an indirect reference to a historical event, a text, or a person. Here, the first line used by Shakespeare, the quality of mercy is not strained. It is having a probable biblical allusion. Biblical allusion means an allusion towards Bible. There is a verse in the Bible which reads like, may my teachings drop as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, like gentle rain upon the tender grass, and like showers upon the herb. It is probable that Shakespeare was inspired by this line from the Bible to write the first line of Portia's speech, the quality of mercy is not strained. To sum up, the poem Mercy is actually a speech written for character Portia by William Shakespeare in the drama Merchant of Venice, in which Portia pleads before Shylock the Jew to show mercy to Antonio and not to forfeit a pound of flesh from his body. And by extension, we can understand that Shakespeare wants to convey a message about the quality of mercy and the need for showing mercy and forgiveness in this world. This was all we had in this very episode. Hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.